Two or 300 years ago, people began to realize that plants, like animals, have sex. Their sex is indirect in the sense that the pollen grains that come out of the anthers, as you can see here on this lily, go to the stigma, which you can see the single strand in the middle of the flower, and the stigma is at the top. And when they go there, they grow down, and then the sperm and the egg fuse inside the flower. That was a great discovery when it was first made. In fact, it was thought to be slightly obscene. But that's it. Every plant needs to be fertilized to produce a new individual, unless, of course, like Bermuda grass or daylilies or irises, it spreads asexually by underground parts. When you look around you, you can see life and death situations in all kinds of plants, and you can see enormous variations in their flowers depending on how they're pollinated. At the garden, we've run a picture-perfect pollinator campaign, and the images that you're looking at here are the results of that campaign. Beautiful images that people have taken in their own backyards, awakening us to the marvels that we all can see around us. Among our food plants, about 3/4 need pollination, need outcrossing, need carrying pollen from one to another. They depend on insect pollination, and without them, we would enjoy fewer nutritious berries and seeds and be without many fruits, vegetables, and nuts, not to mention coffee and chocolate. Most critical is the correlation between the diversity of plants in a natural community or in your own garden, where so many of these stories can be seen unfolding, and the insects or birds or other animals that pollinate them. Pollinators face many threats to their survival, including habitat loss, overuse of pesticides, invasive plants and animals that crowd them out, diseases like those that have racked honeybee colonies in recent years, and parasites. Climate change also has the ability to affect the ranges of pollinators and the plants they pollinate, and of course, it may not affect them at the same rate or in the same way, tearing apart the delicate association between plants and pollinators that has evolved over millions of years. Like many human-caused conservation challenges, we can also work to reverse this one. Some pollinators, like bats, hummingbirds, and monarch butterflies, are migratory. We can assist them by providing way stations along their routes. For example, for the monarch butterfly, milkweed plants on which their caterpillars feed in patches in heavily cultivated lands between here and their winter haunts in the mountains of the state of Michoacan in central Mexico. Without being able to find milkweeds as they migrate north and south, the monarchs are unable to reproduce. Without them pollinating plants along the way to get their own food as adults, those plants would be unable to reproduce effectively. Growing a wide variety of colorful and often native blooming plants in your garden will ensure a healthy population of pollinators. Native plants particularly will encourage native insects and other animals. A diverse garden is the best key to exciting nature experiences for all of us and successful pollination for the plants. Pollination is a wonderful way to enjoy and appreciate the closely tuned association between animals and plants that make up the incredible and beautiful diversity of life on this planet.